to be back.
How's the tour going now so far?
It's been going really well. We were just, after finishing touring in the States a little, we ended up in Quebec for a while, and now we're out here again just before we take off to the States again. So.
You guys have been on the road for quite some time. Is that starting to take its toll on you?
We've been on the road for about the last 3 years, I think, non-stop, so you get used to it, I guess. You just have to learn how to live with everybody, and everyone that's on the road with us, we sort of took friends of ours rather than going, okay, we'll get a professional road manager. We took a friend of ours and said, here's what a road manager has to do. You do this, and then so we have a kind of a traveling family with us. It makes it a lot easier to be on the road.
Now this summer you did the Great Big Picnic with Great Big Sea and Bear McNeil's and Big Sugar.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was great. A lot of times at those big festivals, backstage is a really tense area where there's sort of egos running around rampant, and it was really cool how there was none of that at this festival. You know, it was just, there would be, in the Weeping Tile tent, everyone would be hanging out, trading songs, and it was just a great atmosphere the whole time, let alone that the people were really great to play for us, so it was really good.
Okay. Have you had a chance to go to New York?
Yeah, we played the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland in July, I believe, and that went really, really well. And now I think we're going to wait until the album's out there to do a lot more touring, but it was great the first time.
How long are you going to stay out on the road?
I don't know, until we're dead, I think. We're pretty much always touring, whether we take a few breaks every once in a while to go see our families and to write songs and stuff, but this is pretty much our lives.
Now, the album's been getting a lot of great reviews. Do you actually read the stuff that's been written about you guys?
In the beginning I did, but one of my favorite bands is Los Lobos, and I was reading a quote by one of them saying, you know, it's really nice to read nice things about you, and it's really humbling to read kind of nasty things about you, but really just cut all of that stuff, you know? I've always felt that we know where we want to be as a band. We know the kinds of things we want to improve on and the kinds of things we want to do. So having one person in one of your ears whispering, you guys are this, and then having someone in your other ear going, oh, you suck. It can be tough to have perspective on things, especially when you're traveling around all the time. So the way I figure it is there's 5-odd billion people in the world, and some people are going to like our band and some people aren't, and I'm not going to lose sleep over the people who don't.
Now, in your early days, you did a lot of rural shows in like Alberta and Saskatchewan, places like that. What was that like?
It was, all of our first experiences were all really good for us. A lot of them were playing cover songs. A lot of them were playing in places where there was 3 guys and 2 chickens walking around in a bar, I swear to God. So it was a really interesting way to start off, because a lot of people just start with their originals and play in their hometown, and their mom says, you're great, and their girlfriend says, we love you. And then they go off to some small town in Saskatchewan, in Kindersley, and a whole bunch of oil rig workers are going to beat them up if they don't play any Lynyrd Skynyrd, and they decide not to tour anymore. And we went through all of that stuff. We went through vans blowing up on us and rolling over in ditches, and we never once missed a gig, and it was really good for us. When you're 4 days into a gig and you have laryngitis, and you have no voice, but you have to figure out some way to sing or else you're in big trouble, it makes you learn really quickly. And you're in front of an audience that's pretty hostile because you're young and a couple of the guys in the band have darker skins. It was good for us to get through all that, because now I think we're really comfortable on whatever stage we end up on. Whether it's a tiny little one or whether it's a really big one that we're opening for somebody.
I really like your website as well. Do you guys have any input into that?
The Warner one we do, there's been a whole bunch of people who set up websites for us, and those ones I like especially. There'll be people who will come to the shows and know all this information about us. They had a quiz on one of them that I think I would have failed about what schools we had all gone to and stuff. So, the web is something I haven't really explored. I think I'm kind of a jinx on it, because whenever I try and do anything on it, people are going, it never takes this long. What's going on? So, but I'm glad that other people are taking care of it for us web illiterates.
Great medium for exposure, the web. Well, this is the album, the debut album from Wide Mouth Mason. It's a great album. I hope you do go and pick it up, and I wish you guys the very best of luck on your tour.
Thanks.